Yo! Welcome everybody to another edition of wait for it. The Team Espana Show. I am host B. I am Hobo Sexy. I am the Buffet Prince. I am the Guru of Gynophilia. And today, for one night only, I am El Hijo de un Jíbaro, bro. Because I am the son of a hick. Host B. And my guest host as always.
Yo, it's your boy, Jose, a.k.a. Salsa con Fuego, because I'm muy caliente. A.k.a. Chico, the maddest that shatters the wackest. So don't come out here with that garbage. Don't come out here with that basura. And lastly, shout-outs to my Brawlhalla brothers. Shout out to Dimitri. Shout out to Hot Dog Starks. Y'all know where to find me on Brawlhalla Land. With that being said, we are back for another edition of the Team Espana Show. Host B, we just keep knocking these weeks out.
Another crazy week in this quarantine. Well, I can't even say that no more, man. The quarantine's coming to an end almost. People might be asking, hey, is this going to be the end of the Team Espana Show? Hey, Jose, Host B, you said you started this during the quarantine. What about when the quarantine ends? What's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Not a damn thing. We're going to keep doing this until the cops knock on our door and bust us for marijuana.
Or
allegedly.
We're going to keep doing this thing until this Saturday, June 21st, where it has been alleged that the world is going to end. Have you seen this?
Is this the 2012 they forgot to carry the one?
Yeah, so I was reading an article on Facebook the other day, and I think I told you about this. Mm-hmm. And basically it was saying that in 2012 the Mayans had originally predicted the world, like that the world was going to end in 2012. And they were wrong. It never happened. So somebody posted a tweet that actually said that because of the way the Mayan calendar is set up, there's like an 11-day difference, and everything counted together when everything was added up came out to the date of June 21st, 2020. So we are going to be doing this show until the world ends. But if it doesn't, we'll be here next week and the week after and the week after.
But just in case this is, I want to say it's been a pleasure playing with you, sir. As the boat goes down, I pull out my violin.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. You ever see Titanic?
I have, but I was young when I saw it. I was probably too young to have seen Titanic when I seen Titanic, to be honest.
You know, not for nothing, that's very common. Okay, I can think of several movies. I was like, I should not be watching this.
Yeah. Like, when you're older, you go back and you think about things like that. But yeah, we're going to keep doing this show, man. I enjoy the shit out of talking to you. I enjoy the shit out of seeing all of our good friends, making new friends along the way with the subscribers. Make sure to tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends to subscribe. And
even if you don't watch the show, subscribe. I don't care. What are you going to do? What are you doing? What are you going to do? Go to your computer and work, right? You're going to get up. You're going to put some pants. No, you ain't even going to put pants on because y'all nasty. I know about y'all. Y'all nasty. You're just going to wake up, not even brush your teeth, not even comb your hair, go to your work computer, pretend you're working, read some emails, go, this is some bullshit. Click one thing and then do nothing. And what are you going to do? I know what you're going to do. You're going to watch some adult.
I'm not going to name any names. I'm just going to cut you off there because it sounds like somebody is just like incriminating themselves. So I'm just going to stop and ask you, hey, buddy, what have you been up to this past week?
Well, this past Sunday, June 14th, I believe the date was the New York City Puerto Rican Day Parade, Papa. And if there's one thing that Team Espana loves, it's a bunch of Puerto Ricans gathered together being loud and proud.
So how did they run the Puerto Rican Day Parade during quarantine?
What do you mean? Everybody just went wild in the streets and broke the law. No, I'm kidding. It was a virtual parade. It was they had a bunch of esteemed guests, a bunch of performers there. And honestly, what made me more proud was they had a bunch of professionals there, doctors, nurses, lawyers, politicians, just different professionals that I feel like when you're at a parade, you don't know who those people are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, where's Mark Anthony? You're like, where's J-Lo? Where's Tito Puente? Where, you know what I mean? Like, where are the stars?
Bro, you make me feel like a bad person because honestly, yeah, you're right.
I'm the same way.
Those are like the first three names I think of. Like, oh, my son's cooking with Puerto Ricans. What's good?
Where's Victor Manuel at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to see musical acts. That's what the parade was. Man, I remember they even mentioned this in the thing, and I remember it because I was also there. I believe it was like 97. It was a Puerto Rican Day Parade. Mark Anthony was playing. Tito Puente was in the float in front of him, and Mark Anthony and Tito Puente make eye contact, and Mark Anthony singing his song just goes, come here, come here, come here. Tito Puente gets off his float, goes to Mark Anthony's float, gets up, and starts playing. And starts playing in the middle of the song, bro. That's the only thing you could see. That's the only time you could see it in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's beautiful. A lot of memories as a youth.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like within the New York area, I feel like even if you're not Puerto Rican, you've been to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Like everybody, I feel like kind of has a memory with the Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's kind of funny, at least from like a lot of people I've spoken to within my lifetime. But I'm biased.
Yeah, no, agreed, man. I remember Papa Hose B taking me, and kind of like my favorite was like, you know, the dude's hustling. You know what I mean? Selling waters, selling little things of shots like that. And when you're a kid, you're like, oh man, this is great. It's all right here. You ain't gotta go nowhere. But as you get older, you realize, damn, this is all illegal. I bet you none of these people have permits. And the cops could come at any moment and shut this down because they're jerks, allegedly.
Damn.
It's wild.
That is pretty wild. That is pretty wild, not for nothing. So you really enjoyed it, huh?
Oh man, I cried. I cried several times. It was just beautiful to see, you know, the heritage and the ethnicity of that island come together and speak out and be like, hey man, we're not gonna let this stop us. They mentioned the hurricanes, they mentioned the earthquake that happened in January, just how the island's been, you know, really going up against it, and it's the nature of the people to be positive, man. Like, yeah, it rains shit sometimes, but I got an umbrella. We good.
That's beautiful. Bro, you know, can I just say sometimes, like, we talk a lot, and I've noticed one of the things from talking to you a lot is, like, we'll go into things where I don't think they're that emotional, and then, like, you'll be like, yeah, you know, I had that moment, and then you'll explain it, and I never think of things as thoroughly as you now that I sit back and think about it. Because, like, I think of the parade, I'm thinking, like, yeah, we're going to go chill, we're going to go have a good time and everything. Like, you watch it, the performances and everything. But you took it to that next level where it has that sentimental value. And you always find that in something. You know that? For, like, a person who's as, like, and don't take this the wrong way, but you're one of the, like, you're a filthy individual, I'd like to say. That's a good way to put it.
Yes, I am.
But, like, you're also one of the most sentimental people I know.
Oh, thank you, man. Honestly, it comes from growing up in a house full of women. You know what I mean? Like, just seeing, you got to look at the brighter side of things. You got to find the value and the emotion in everything, right? Life is beautiful. Life is valuable. Because if it's not, then what's the fucking point?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't choose to believe that. I choose to believe that everything has value. What we're doing right now, you know what I mean? We're partners, we're boys, we're cousins, we're brothers, we're family. We looked at each other and said, you know what? We're not going to see each other because it's quarantine. Nah, man, every week we're going to be here. Every week, the Team Espana Show. Let's do it.
And even after, we're going to be here.
That's right. And you annoy the shit out of me. And guess what? I annoy the shit out of you. I still love you though, bro.
Never. So
with that said, breaking it up.
I'm glad we were both just like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But on the real, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about this week was you spoke about the quarantine ending and things starting to open back up. I wasn't able to this week, but apparently somebody here has been getting the bug, or not the bug, has gotten a chance to get back in the ring.
Oh, we talking about that? Okay.
I mean, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no. I'm an open book, man. My ass is on Instagram.
Anytime you get to step back in the ring, I mean, I think that's a good feeling.
Well, my wife trains with Damian Adams, right? Team Adams.
Shout out to Damian Adams.
Hopefully he'll be on the show one of these days. If not, it's all good. And I've been there once or twice as a guest. Like, hey, like, do you mind if I go with you to like bump around, whatever? Especially like toward that, like right before quarantine started. I know March seems like forever ago, but there was a time when people were like, maybe, there's no way they're going to shut everything down. There's no way this is going to, like, it might go slow, but so right at the cusp of that, I kind of visited his school and had an opportunity to meet him, hang out with him, learn from him, and just kind of train. Like we're athletes at the end of the day. There's not really that much difference between a football player, a baseball player, and a pro wrestler. You know what I mean? They have an off season. We don't, right? We're doing this every weekend until we get contracts, and then we're doing it every weekend. Yeah, that's why I said it. So his school opened up. I want to say last week or over the weekend. Just they're he checks temperatures and stuff. He's very serious with the social distancing. He's being as safe as he can. He cleans the ring before practice starts, after practice starts, disinfecting it. Like that dude is real, like taking it seriously.
Yeah,
at the same time, you have to. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And then at the same time, taking training seriously. My first, like, as I've talked to him and going to be training there a little bit more regularly, and getting to know the dude. My man's a Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like he's a Latino, man, Latinx brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he's down, and we were having a good time. And honestly, like that first. Okay, so when I first started wrestling, and you were there for this. One of the things that came natural to me was bumping. Now that doesn't happen to a lot of people, everyone's different.
You showing off for the people. It didn't come natural,
It came naturally, man. I remember, man, I remember one of my trainers, okay, bump, and then he gave me a clothesline. He's like, oh, you good?
Apples to apples, grapes to grape. But anyway,
whatever. It's different for different people. For some people, like for me, I struggle with like with rolling, with running the ropes, with different things. But bumping to me was not this big struggle. Yeah, I was sore. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit it or anything. I was sore and I was beat up, but like I wasn't afraid of falling down.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying. Yeah. You don't got to defend yourself.
Well, you came at me, bro. I felt I had to. I saw the knife in your eyeballs. Anyway, so whoa. So take two. So what ended up happening was I, back at it, haven't wrestled since March. It is the middle of June. Right? You do the math. That's what, 3.5 months, give or take. Mm-hmm. That's a long time, man. You lose that muscle memory. You lose that callus. You lose that foundation. And honestly, there was like 2 or 3 times where I bumped and I lost my breath, man. I got the wind knocked out of me. Like I still have a headache. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say I got a concussion, but I did get my bell rung, so maybe I did. I don't know. But everything it was a struggle to get that back. And he was, to his credit, Damien, I was very patient. And he understood we're all starting fresh.
Yeah, because it's also kind of a weird time too, where it's not just wrestling schools that are closed. Like a lot of gyms and stuff are closed too. So where you would normally get that activity, a lot of us don't have that opportunity where it's just like, oh, I got a home gym, or oh, I got a place to work out at. Granted, you can always take walks at the park and stuff like that, and bike rides, which I love me a good bike ride, you know that. But I agree, like it's just so much. It's just gonna be so much harder now with all of that too, because you can't train for wrestling, but now you can't train, and you can't train for wrestling.
My man, that was beautiful. But you're right. You're 100% right. There's no wrestling machine at the gym. You know what I mean? Like, let me pull this and push that, and I'll be good. No, it's different. It's a different workout. It's a different set of movements.
I'm gonna get on the tackle drop down leapfrog machine.
Oh, bro, I haven't even done that yet. But one of the things I wanted to bring up with you said you love bike rides, my man. I heard you did a tremendous bike ride between boroughs the other day.
Bro, you were talking about feeling broken. I am feeling as broken as an episode with job security. And we're going to explain more of that later. We'll explain that later.
Right there. Yeah, that's an inside joke right there. We're definitely going to talk about that.
My guy. So during this quarantine, for some of you who you can see, I have a bike here. I'm very invested in biking. The only issue is that the bikes that I currently own and have are all malfunctioned. So the Bronx recently got City Bike right on the corner of my block, and I have City Bike right near my job. So from 27th Street to the Bronx, 3rd Avenue, that is 9 miles. I've been doing that trip home every day for the past week. And I love it, bro. Going through Central Park, seeing the sights. I've always enjoyed it. The best way I could describe me on a bike is, I'm going to say it like this. There's a video called When I Get You Home by Robin Thicke. Watch that video. For the people at home, watch that video. Because he looks exactly like I would right now. Beard, long hair, just driving through the city. Just riding through the city. And if you see that video, that's me, boy. I am a bike boy. I am the city bike boy. I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
Your Snapchats have been wild. It's like I feel like I'm getting a tour of the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like
Those Snapchats are all messed up because I'm blown up at half of them. I got the mask on my face. I'm really just doing those Snapchats for me because it's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it home at this point. I'm only on 96th Street. I don't want to quit and go on the trade. So it's more for me. It's like, yo, let's fucking go. We got this. We out here. It's a blast. It's a blast. One of these days, I'm gonna record all of that stuff, save it, and I'm gonna put it on our YouTube.
Let's do it, man. I'm all about it, bro.
The best of Jose bike rides, and just
the best of Jose bike rides. That is biking through the city, man. I know. For me, my armbands, my resistance bands, just came in last week, so I've had like 2 or 3 workouts with that, and while it's great for upper body, I'm struggling with the lower body stuff. Like, I'll give you an example, right? So they're great, right? If you're wondering, like, oh, resistance bands, whatever, I think you should get, you should definitely invest in that if being active is what you like to do.
Wait,
there's nothing wrong with that.
What did you do?
What did it mean?
Because whenever you give something a compliment while also saying, like, I had an issue with it, knowing you, it means you did something that only you can do.
Well, I take offense to that. I'm gonna explain what happened, but it's not just that's a crazy hose bee. It can happen to anybody.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so I am a man of the 21st century, so I YouTube some home workouts with resistance bands. Find a couple of them that I like. Do one, has me flat on the floor, my back on the floor. I'm facing the ceiling. Okay. And I have the resistance band over my feet. Okay? Over 1 foot, and I have my arms all the way up here. While the resistance band is over 1 foot. And it wants you to put your knee to your chest.
You don't even have to finish that story.
My man. Woo! I hit the high notes. You know what happened. And if you don't, I'll tell you right now. I got whacked in the balls. Bro. Oh my God!
You had it snap up and hit you.
Oh, bro, twice.
Wait, how'd you do it twice?
Because I did a similar, like, not that I did the same workout, but I told you I've done it like 2 or 3 times. So the first day I did it, the first time I did the workout, the very first day, it was like the last thing. It was like that, one other thing, and then we're gonna stretch and go home. We're gonna finish the workout. Bam! Right in the balls. I had to take a break. I had to take like a 10, 15-minute break. Finish the workout. Okay. 2 days go by. I go, okay, you know what? Let me try it again. Let me try it again. And guess what happened? The same damn thing.
I was right. That could only happen to you. Two times, like 3 days apart? Nah, yeah, that could only happen to you, Papa.
Man, I'm trying to be active. I'm trying to be healthy. My gyms are closed. Although I hear, at least in the state of New Jersey, things might be opening up soon. I know my gym has sent me an email and be like, hey, we're going to have outside workouts. Just look out for any other updates we feel might be happening soon. We might be opening up soon. So kind of like hey, this thing's almost over. I just want the gym to open up. Everything else can stay closed.
It feels like being at the finish line. I feel you. It's like we're right there. Like we're on the cusp of like things kind of being a certain way of normal of sorts, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely. But with that being said,
whoa! I know we're running long on time. I just want to give an update. Last week, I was talking to the Big Action in the interview, and I gave up beer. I gave up beer for 30 days.
Yeah.
It has been 7 days. Let me tell you something. I'm married. My wife had a long day, right? Had a long day. And at the end of a long day, you know what she wanted? a drink. I had to make her a drink and watch as she enjoyed that drink, enjoyed several other drinks. Because as an adult, after a long day, if that's what gets you down, that's what gets you down, man. No disrespect here. I myself am one of those people. After a long day, you need a beer, you need a liqueur, you need something. Just mellow out. For different people, is different. You know what I did? Not a damn thing. 7 days, no beer, bro. And I already feel light. I feel less bloated. I feel good.
I'll be more impressed. You said 30 days. I'll be more impressed around day 15. Once you get I feel like once you get halfway through anything, it becomes real. The first half is like fucking around, if that makes sense.
I want a week, man. I want a weekend.
I believe you, and I'm proud you did a week. I think you could do that. So keep on pushing.
We're doing it, baby.
Keep on pushing. Chugga.
I'm ready to talk to job security. That's what I'm ready for.
Let's do it.
Are you ready? Let's do it. We're doing it?
Let's do it.
All right, folks.
But before we get to that, chugga. Choo. You got this, motherfucker. Don't let anyone give up on you. You got this. Now we can get to job security.
That's right. And you got this at home, too. Whatever you're striving for. Keep it up. Stay healthy. Stay active. When we come back from these commercial breaks, we're going to have the WrestlePro Tag Team Champions, job security.
We're also going to explain those technical difficulties.
Oh, God, I wanted to kill him. Oh, man.
Yo, we're back. And as you can see here, for the first time ever on the Team Espana Show, not only do your boys have one guest, but your boys got two guests. And the guest on the screen that you see here, you may know, because if you know Team Espana, then you definitely know these boys right here. You are looking at Officer Ronald Moses, the guard dog, Malcolm Moss. They are collectively known as job security. And let me tell you one thing. They some bad mama jammers. What's going on, boys?
Hey, what's good?
Hanging out.
Yeah, surviving.
Now, I just wanted to say a couple things real quick. Malcolm, I appreciate your setup because for some reason, it reminds me of like 911. Like, I feel like if I call 911, you're going to be the person who pick up. Like, you're the operator.
Yep, I'm the operator.
And
now we know what Malcolm does on the side of us.
I'm living the gimmick.
I mean, technically, if you think about it, 911, that's a part of job security. You know, you securing things with that job. But I digress. Guys, for the people at home who may not know you, why don't you introduce yourselves? Why don't you tell them a little bit about job security? Because we know y'all. We know how y'all do. But for the people at home who may not, go ahead.
I am Security Officer Ronnie Moses, and that's the guard dog, Malcolm Moss, and together we are job security. So we've been teaming probably 3.5 years at this point. Mostly, we're the WrestlePro Tag Team Champions right now, which huge accomplishment. We've worked a long time to get to this point. And, you know, we've been around the Northeast area, just trying to make our way. And what job security is we are security officers. Is how we started, but like we've evolved ourselves a bit now to where, you know, for the most part, for the longest time in our careers, we were kind of like, you know, those asshole security guards, loudmouth, you know, you didn't really want us around. But at this point, we've learned to, you know, kind of ease up, have fun on the job. And our new mantra is for the people, by the people. And we found a lot of success over the past year thanks to that.
Yeah, not definitely. You guys definitely have definitely changed your ways since you started. But one of the things that I also wanted to say was that job security wasn't just you two when you started. Job security was actually 4 members and actually cut down to 2. So I wanted to ask you, what was the thing that made you two click more than the other members, I would say? Or maybe not more than the other members, but what gave you two that what's the word I'm looking for? Hose B? You the A to my B, the chemistry. There we go.
Chemistry. At what point did y'all look at each other and go, you know what? You and me, baby. You and me. We got something here.
Just like that. You see? That's an example right there for those of you at home.
Well, when I first came in, it's about like 5 years ago, Ronnie was just starting too. So he was just like about a month or 2 in. So like the class that I came in with, everybody like left, and it was just me, and I was like it seemed like every match that I had, I was partnered against Ronnie. So then like once we started job security, that's what we had in common was we started around the same time, but then like we were always going against each other. And then like some of the ideas that I had was some of like piggybacking off the ideas he had. And then I just realized like when we started wrestling as job security, it just clicked when we started partnering. Like, hey, what like we just meshed together and it just like clicked. It's like
Magic.
Yeah, magic. There we go. That's the word.
I got you. I could continue these conversations too.
But yeah, it was just like that. It was like magic, and then like I saw that I clicked better with Ronnie than I did with Jimmy and Alex. So it was just like that. It was like he's the jelly to my peanut butter.
So you guys always felt like you guys were a little bit closer. You guys had more of a bond. Also, peanut butter and jelly. What a beautiful combination. Am I right?
No, hold on,
Yes.
hold on. That's not what my man said. My man said he's the jelly to my peanut butter. So clearly, Malcolm is the peanut butter. And Ronnie's, the jelly. The jelly's there.
I'm okay
I
being the jelly.
that.
That's fine.
I mean, I appreciate that.
As long as I'm strawberry flavored.
Strawberry
That's
flavored
kind.
jelly.
Yeah.
Oh man. So job security, you guys have been on the scene for a number of years. I can remember a time where, Malcolm, to your credit, to your point, you said earlier, you and Ronnie would always be against each other. You guys would always be working each other because you were similar in experience, similar in how long you guys been in the business. And a lot of times on these wrestling shows, sometimes there's a need for an extra match, and if guy A and guy B bring their gear, boom, they're on the show wrestling each other. For a lot of times, I was witness to some of those matches, and it's weird how when you wrestle a guy and you have good chemistry with that person, that sometimes on the flip side of that, there's also chemistry when you guys become a tag team. My question really, Malcolm, to you is more of a personal question. I hope you don't mind this. I've been meaning to ask you this for a long time because I've known you for a number of years. So you have a beautiful wife, you have a lovely baby. My question to you is the responsibility of being a father and husband. Has that clashed with your passion and your desire to be a pro wrestler?
Oh, that's an adult question.
Yeah, it has many a times. There's been times that I had to like take time off so I could get everything settled at home. But the thing that makes it easier too is at home I have my family supportive. So my wife, she's very supportive, and she like pushes me to go out there and to wrestle. Like if I didn't have a strong wife like I do now, I wouldn't be able to wrestle because she holds everything down at home. So when I'm out wrestling, she takes care of the baby, she takes care of everything. So without her, I wouldn't be able to do it. But she helps with keeping me passionate. And there's been times that I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just going to be a stay-at-home dad. That's all I'm going to do. And like she tossed me off the ledge too.
That's beautiful.
Hey, Bianca, I'm grateful for you too, Mama. Thank you.
Shout out to Bianca. You've been holding it down for the Malcolm family, for the job security family. And I just want to switch sides and ask Ronnie, like, so the thing about being like the single guy and then like your partner is the person who's like married and has like kids and everything. I know sometimes that hurts bookings, but how do you go about bookings? Do you still go take singles bookings every now and then, or do you try to sit back and wait for your partner? How does that work for you?
I mean, I have wrestled singles here and there. I think it's only been at like Monster Factory Pro Wrestling. I think that's the only promotion I could think of where I've worked singles. Maybe some at Wrestle Pro for one reason or another, but I don't like go out and necessarily seek singles bookings. I'm always, team minded. Like job security is the brand. This is what I'm a part of. Malcolm is my brother, figuratively speaking. We're a team. We're a package. So, again, I don't go out and seek like, hey, just me, just Ronnie. No. If I ever work by myself, it's because something comes up with Malcolm. He can't make it. He's sick, something with the family, whatever. Or, vice versa. I'd be cool with it. But it is what it is, just.
Nah, I feel you. It's
Speaking of the baby.
Yeah.
shout out to the baby also. I don't know if we gave the baby a shout out yet. For privacy purposes, I won't say the baby's name, but Baby Moss.
Baby security.
Baby security. There we go.
The guard puppy.
The guard puppy. Yo! You said that, and I automatically, like, no disrespect, I pictured your baby as Scrappy Doo.
A Scrappy Doo, yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, job security.
Yes.
I've known you guys forever, and I just want to say, Ronnie, I cannot get over your mustache.
I mean,
Right? I'm glad somebody
still-
brought that up because that's wild.
Hey, man, I kind of got bored of I mean, I got bored, but also like it was something I was debating. Like it kind of took me a few weeks to work up the balls to actually like shave and just leave it with this. Something I've been thinking about, but you know, I'm gonna wait till I get a haircut, just evaluate the whole scene here, if you will, and then I'm gonna make a judgment call if it's a keeper or not.
Judgment call. Gentlemen, what do we think? The panel is
At the
here.
moment.
Yay
I
or
say
nay on the
keep it.
mustache?
I say yay.
We got a yay. Host B.
You know, I go back and forth. I gotta be honest with you. I say you keep it. Makes you look more distinguished. Makes you look more studious, if you will.
All right, thank you.
If
EJ,
you was throwing pitches,
Jose?
this right here would be a strikeout because that's 3 straight strikes, baby.
Really?
I agree. I feel the mustache. I feel like most adults without facial hair look kind of strange to me, but that's just me personally. Because I'm also in the process of trying to grow out this beard. And shout out to the beard report because it's coming in nice. Host B, yours is also.
How you doing quarantine? Had like 20 different looks, hasn't he?
Oh man, I've been going straight. I had a beard while this thing started. Right, it's the winter time. I'm not gonna shave during the winter like a bear. So when this thing started, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do like. I had a mustache and then I grew it out again, and then I had the goatee and then I grew it out again, and then the last thing before I shaved it all completely and went completely babyface, which was weird. It was the first time my wife had seen me without hair on my face. It's like
Oh my God.
I've known you for almost a decade, and like this is the first time I've seen the skin on your upper lip. But before that, it was like I had the mutton chops. I was growing out my mutton chops and trying to be like Harley Race.
That's low-key been my favorite part of this quarantine is like every week we've been recording this show and you would think that Javi was running away from like the law or something with the way he keeps changing the way he looks.
Don't tell nobody. I'm just saying, baby. I'm just saying. So the episode's not about my facial hair, as luxurious and as beautiful as it is. Ronnie, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So I was there the day you learned how to fall down without hurting yourself. And I was also there the same day Malcolm learned how to fall down without hurting himself. And my question really is, Ronnie, when, like most of us, I throw myself in that group as well. When we want to become wrestlers, right? We always dream of like main eventing WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title. You know what I'm saying? Like the single star, the single route. And tag team wrestling is not something that, you know, that comes to your mind right away. I know for you know, Jose and Jose B, that was something where we met, we just clicked. And my question for you really is, you had kind of these goals of being a single star, and then by an opportunity and things don't click and the break doesn't happen, and then job security happens. And it's, as we mentioned earlier, it started as a big group and now it's down to the two of you, and you guys have had success as a tag team. You even said when you're looking for bookings, when you're, you know, trying to expand the brand, so to speak, you have a tag team mindset. At what point did that switch over? Like, at what point did it become about the tag team? And has that changed your outlook on professional wrestling?
So it has. In terms of like the actual mindset switch, I don't think it happened until almost about, I would say, a year into like when the four of us were job security. But what happened was I was 19, I believe, at the time, I was given this idea of like job security. And I was just like stubbornly thinking, I can get over as a single star. I just need an opportunity. But I was kind of lost in the shuffle and like, I don't know, I just kind of wasn't able to find my way. So when I was given this opportunity, this opportunity to be in job security, my thought process was, well, I could give it a shot because I do realize I'm not really doing much right now. It was almost like I had to take one step back to take two steps forward, because there was a good number of months where like I didn't wrestle any matches. It was just like, you know, being ringside, doing whatever, run-ins, this, that, and the third. And that's exactly what it was. I took one step back and I would say more than 2 steps forward, because it really exceeded my expectations in terms of where it got us. And I would say even how quickly it got us there. I mean, there was a waiting period, but at the same time, we got over to the point where I was like, well, maybe this is my long-term thing. Because I kind of looked at job security as like something that would launch me into something else. But I said, well, with the success that we've had, I think that we could ride this out and keep riding it out. And, you know, 4 turned to 3, 3 turned to 2, but it is what it is. And
honestly, it was a little strange. Like, you guys did start off as like a 4-person group, and seeing everyone drop off, it was almost as if as everybody was dropping off, your guys' chemistry was coming together more and more.
I agree.
And I think that comes, and I could be wrong, but it comes from the mindset of like, you guys were like brothers in arms. Like, you guys, like at this point, you see what's happening to everyone else. Is like, you know what, it's just me and you. And I think that's what kind of made your bond stronger. Because I can't speak for Javi, but I know there was a lot of opportunities where we were in a similar situation, like off the show, and it was one of those things where it's like, you know what, at least you know what, we're together, we got this, like we'll figure it out, and we're just gonna keep pushing. And I think because you guys had that mentality together, you guys figured it out. You guys were able to make it work, because before you were job security, I remember you actually had a match against us at UPWA, and that was your guys' first match as a team, just you two, Malcolm and Ronnie, and it was something completely different. Weren't you like, didn't they have you be like some weird like Trump supporter or something? Like that was the thing.
Yeah, we were Trump supporters.
I'd rather not relive that, because I was 19 years old and naive at the time. Like I would have been like, nah, bro, we're not even in gimmick while I do that.
Yeah, no, when you're like 18, 19 years old, you're just like, yeah, sure, I'll be whatever you want, as long as I get to be in front of whatever people. Like, I know that wasn't your idea, but like, even then you can see like the little things working. Like, you guys had something.
Also, I think what also helped that too is, as Ronnie said, well, we were still coming up together, but at times when he was in on shows too, I was trying to find myself too, because I came in with my brother, and then my brother left. So then it was like trying to find myself, and then they teamed me up with Hush and Bunny, and then that kind of fizzled out. So then there was a couple of months that I was off of shows. So not only was he in the back, I was dealing with the same thing. So I think that's what also helped us click too. So when we got job security, it was just like, all right, we're going all in, and we're gonna make this something. Like, if this is gonna be something, we're gonna have to go all in order to make it something. So I think that's where our mentalities like made us click more, and help build our chemistry. And also with him too, I could text him and tell him crazy ideas like, hey, I want to be a dog. And he's like, yeah. Like he'll build me back, but he'll also be okay with me being a dog or having crazy ideas like I'm gonna do a moonsault or something. So
once I saw that dog thing for the first time, it popped me. I was like, you know what? I can't even. You do, brother. And I'll say this. I don't want to speak for you, Malcolm, because like you were in different teams. But as for me, I was a singles wrestler who like learned to love tag team wrestling, and just like, you know, being able. I feel like there's a whole different creative process, and there's so much more that you could do in tag team matches. So like, it really grew on me being a part of a tag team, having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. As I was in kind of I think most people are in that boat. You know what I mean? Like like I mentioned earlier, you dream of becoming a wrestler, but it's most of the time it's that singles route. And so for me, I also fell in love with tag team wrestling, like to the point now where like I'd much rather watch a 5-star, 10-star, whatever. Like I much rather watch a really good tag team match than a really good singles match. And that's no disrespect to anybody, because everyone busts their ass. But there's more people, there's more stories, there's more things and tricks you can do to put on a show, so to speak. So I agree with you. I agree with you, Roddy, on that.
Yeah, you also get less blown up.
Ain't that true?
That's the secret.
We were talking about this match at UPWA.
Do we have to?
Shout out to Brian. Oh, do we have? You know what, Malcolm? Fuck you, bro.
I was trying to go past this.
No.
We almost did.
We're here. We're gonna stay here for a minute. I got some grievances. I got some grievances for you, my man. You're gonna kill me. All right. So, as we mentioned earlier, this was an opportunity for you guys. Our original opponents couldn't make it. Hey, who's around? Who has their gear? You two are there. We kind of even, I think the promoter even asked us like our opinions of like, oh, hey, well, these two guys are here. What do you think? Oh, yeah, we know them. You know, we'll put on, it'll be a good match. And it was like, to my memory, it was the first time you guys were a tag team, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we're putting together sequences and we're putting together the alphabet of the wrestling match. And we kind of have most of it down. I just remember Malcolm going, "Hey man, how do you want me to hit you?" So, what do you mean? How do you just hit me? Well, I'm not really comfortable with my strikes. And we had like a 10-minute like a 8-minute conversation about like, different things and different strikes, and if you're not comfortable, here's some things you can cheat. And I mentioned that conversation because that's the reason why I'm still hot about it to this day. We are in this match. We're rocking and rolling, and the sequence calls for Malcolm to come in and blast me, right? Because he's the big guy, and I'm the big guy, and he's just going to kind of blast me. It was like a sucker punch kind of thing. Somehow, Malcolm gets in the ring. Me and Malcolm are looking eye to eye. I'm like, all right, so he's gonna come head on. All right, cool. He's probably going to kick me in the gut or punch me in the face. And as I'm looking Malcolm in his beautiful eyes, all of a sudden I just hear a bang. I'm like my cock-eyes went straight. That's how I knew. That's how I knew. What the hell happened? This son of a bitch rabbit punched me in the back of the head. Y'all look at me in the face. I go down and I try to get my wits about me, and I can just see, like, I could just hear Malcolm's like, "Oh shit." And so he goes to grab me, and I go, "You motherfucker!" And I punch him as hard as I can in his stomach, which, if you know Malcolm, has a strong core. I almost hurt my wrist. So I just went back to selling and went to the corner, and then we finished it. And, there may have been something said in the back. I don't really remember.
Something said? Bro, I remember coming back because I came out first. I remember getting to the back. After the tag team match, you don't really know what your other partner's thinking or whatever. But, I thought we had a good match. You guys were young at the time. We're like, yeah, we just did a good thing with some young kids. All right, cool. I was feeling us. I walked to the back and all I hear is, "This motherfucker!" Yo, my man. And it's just Javi losing his shit. And I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? Like, I thought we were good. Like, but the weird part about that was we were kind of going at that point also through a 6-month period where I was the one who was always losing my stuff during matches. Like, I was just getting angry over little spots. And that's something I had to learn how to, like, control, but like it was one of those days where it was like it was finally a good one. We're all in a good mood, and then all of a sudden it's just fucking the Hive Man Kid returns, man.
The Hive Kid.
Oh man, I was so heated. I think Earl Hebner told me to calm down. In my head, I was like, "Fuck you, Earl," but I didn't want to say that. But I was so heated. But you're right. It was a really good match, considering the circumstances. You guys were new at the time, and I think me and E hadn't yet been given the responsibility of leading. If you're watching this and you're not really sure about wrestling, it's like a dance. It's a physical dance. There has to be people leading. There has to be people following in order for things to work. But with that said, that was a really good match. Speaking of really good matches, we've wrestled you guys 1,000 times since then. We'll probably wrestle you 1,000 more. And
Job security
right now, if it's okay with job security, I don't want to break any rules. But right now, we're actually going to switch over to a match that we had up in Rhode Island at the world famous Chop Shop. If that's cool with you guys, we are going to go watch that match. And what do you say? E? You want to cut the commercials?
Yeah, let's get to those commercials that we're gonna record one day.
One day.
Someday.
We'll film
Blue
these
Chew?
commercials.
But not
Hey,
today.
if Blue Chew wants to pay, I'll gladly take some effort.
But not today. Let's get to that match.
We're gonna watch this match. This is a match that whenever I'm talking to promoters that I don't know and they're like, well, can you send some Team Espana matches over? This is one of the matches that I sent. I'm very proud of this match. I thought we worked hard and kind of put on some good wrestling. With that said, let's get to the match.
Let's do it. I gotta stop pressing that space bar every time.
And here we are, folks. This is, I believe this is Proving Ground
This is proving ground.
That it is.
in Rhode Island. A great up-and-coming independent professional wrestling company. Definitely research them. And you guys were doing the frisking everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can't do that in today's environment.
Yeah, that might be problematic.
We're gonna test that theory.
We're gonna try.
Get rich or die trying. Fuck it. 50 Cent motto. I love it.
Look at that look. Jose, do you have no control over your hips?
No. You know what it is? I don't know. Wrestling ruined my hips for some reason. I can't not
feel
make
that.
them anymore.
Yeah. The fans are screaming, "Frisk him!"
I
love
remember.
that.
I remember we were. I don't know if it was all of us, but I know myself we were all like trepidatious about this because it was very it could easily go the other way where the fans start cheering Team Espana and go oh, you're being racist, leave the Hispanics alone. Damn, I can't stretch like that anymore. Good Lord.
We are a mixed race tag team. How are we racist?
Yeah, that's,
Prejudice. I don't know. People are weird, especially.
well, they started chanting that when the match started too. Before
I know.
Mhm. Yeah, we were piecing this together. It was very much like, oh, okay, but we really have to ham it up in order to be assholes.
Oh.
Get it, Ronnie, get it.
There
I
it
was
is.
busting my ass.
Oh.
It fell so far down your kick pad. I had to dig for that.
That's what she said?
Kick pad?
I love it. This match is 16 minutes long, and the first 5 minutes is just this.
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like a very good spot to put that. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
The first spot was new at the time. We've evolved it over the years.
No, I'm talking about the chain where the
Oh,
referee
yeah.
chain.
Look at that. To me, that's tag team wrestling. Double whips,
Yes.
Yes.
double moves, everything in synchronization. Cool visual. I haven't seen this match in a little bit, but very cool visual.
Oh, I was having a ball on the apron too. I was dancing and everything.
Ronald's gotten in better shape since then too.
Thank you.
I've gotten in worse shape.
Oh, haven't we all, brother? Haven't we all? I must have gained 30 pounds in this quarantine easily.
Yo, you want to lower the volume?
Lower your volume.
Yeah, just mute it. I don't know why we don't need the volume.
I don't need your volume.
Look at that. Look at that wrestling.
We can't see that either.
Oh shit, never mind.
There's wrestling?
Everybody's back.
Look at this.
This was
Classic.
for some reason I love this spot.
That's old school Eddie Guerrero, man.
Yeah.
And he used to do the from his knees.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, when we come back from quarantine, I bet you can't do that anymore.
What, get on my knees?
Get on your knees and then get up that quick and throw a picture perfect kick.
Honestly, it's weird. I've been stretching, like I've been doing yoga and stuff like that. So
Same.
I've been eating a lot too though. So I'm fat, but I'm limber.
And then riding your bike too.
Mhm. But I'm fat. I got like chubby muscles.
Oh yeah, I'm Ric Flair strutting on the apron there.
See, you mentioned that, and we're laughing about that, but that's really like little things like that make a tag match so much better. Is when your partner's on the apron actually involved. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Invested,
1000%.
like, you know, celebrating when we're up and being all crazy when we're losing. You know, working the apron they call it, and like a lot of tag teams don't do that. And that, to me, that's like a little thing that's lost.
All 4 guys should be doing something, I feel like.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
exactly. 'Cause
As
then
little as it may be.
it just makes it so much like more fun, like. And even it's also cool to see like if I'm a heel and I'm hamming it up because I'm usually loud, super loud, seeing you to react to like what I'm doing on the apron too, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh,
That's power.
Damn it.
That's power. Oh, a slap to the face.
we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there for a second, but we're back. And Malcolm is still whooping my ass.
I remember I wanted to do like this super athletic thing with you.
I mean, you just did an up and over. That's pretty athletic, not for nothing.
Which I think I messed this up somehow because I completely forgot what was next.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like back elbow. You could grab the arm, whip me off. We caught a lot.
And look at that. We messed up. And honestly, if not for this show, you never would have noticed.
I would have. I was in the match and I didn't know you messed up.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my God, what do I got to do? I completely forgot.
I always loved this little leapfrog thingy.
Oh, Ronnie, you didn't make it. Ronnie, you didn't make it.
So
You landed on Malcolm's head.
yeah, we had just started doing the move at that time, and I was still like trying to figure out like timing of when to jump, and like it's weird, but kind of like timing how many steps I have to take when I bounce off the ropes, this, that, and the third. It just comes with like reps and being able to do it. But like now in 2020, we hit that smooth.
Boy, you lying. You a let ass. That's what that was.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you, but like I've learned how to push off Malcolm's shoulders a great deal and get my fat ass up.
It's 2020. Ronnie finally learned how to jump.
Ronnie, the Anvil Moses in these streets.
I'm supposed to be the hitman at the team too.
Damn.
Oh, I love this spot.
Yeah.
I always appreciated how Javi falls a split second slower than me because he's the bigger of the two. So he like
It's like
his
he
momentum
barely
should.
knocked me down.
Yeah, but mine's like I got hit by a car. Like damn.
And this is back when I was like, my lungs were good. I wasn't having asthma problems.
Now you got everything.
Oh, this is the insecurity. I remember this.
3, 2, 1.
Bang!
Hi.
That got a great reaction.
Yeah.
I remember.
Then right to a gear change. I love it.
Boom. Tag stuff. We got them down. Let's kick their ass. Bang! I'm getting the fuck out of here because I'm blown up.
I just love like making fun of people, and you guys. It's just like it's so easy to be comfortable with you guys because like we've seen like I've been in the ring with you guys since you guys didn't know how to lock up, so it's just like
Yeah.
you can play around a little more with people you trust, and we definitely trust you guys.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Yeah. And the thing I love about like all of our matches, like we always like become better, you know, and just always have something to bring, you know. Every match is better than the last match, and every match is different from the last match too.
Absolutely.
I don't know about better, but I will say they have been different.
Well, it's to everyone's point is like we're not with each other. We're not afraid to like, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's try something
Yeah,
new.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to see if it gets a reaction. And I think with independent wrestling overall, especially when you're starting out, like if you're less than like 3 years in wrestling, you're afraid to fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're afraid to look stupid. And so you kind of just stick to your, you know, I'm just going to do this, all these cool moves. That
Hold on, no, hold on. I appreciate everything you said, but sir, you just gave what is called a gill to Ron Moses. You grabbed him and slapped him in the back of the neck harder than I've ever seen anyone get hit.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the match. This is my favorite part of the match. Ronnie's gauntlet fell off, and so I picked it up, and I start whipping him.
Yeah.
And as I'm whipping him, I'm asking the ref, is this an illegal object? Bang! Ref, is this an illegal object? Bang! Answer me, ref, is this illegal? Bang! And when he finally says yes, that's when I throw it down. But I already got like 3 or 4 shots, and it was like, to me, it was hilarious. I know Ronnie after the match was like, you didn't have to hit me that many times.
Oh, he got you off for a long time then.
See what happens when EJ jumps?
Wait till we come back.
Wait till.
I'm gonna do the opposite of jump. That's what I meant.
Aggressive. I love. But back to what we were saying before. I think our matches are at least always interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're always good, like, but they're always interesting because we're not afraid to fail, like I was saying before. Problem with indie wrestlers now is everyone wants to do all the shit they see on TV, and they want it to look just like TV. But like that's the move is getting the reaction, not you. And so with us, it's like, hey, let's try something different. Let's try something we've never done before. Let's be safe about it, but let's try something different.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. This is a great false start.
I remember you guys calling this spot, and like my mind was blown. And the timing was perfect when we did it.
I messed this up the first time we did that.
Really?
Wow.
I wasn't supposed to tag him, and I tagged him in.
Oh.
And it's funny because I'm hanging out in the corner. The first time we ever did it, the first time it happened was an accident. It was pure accident. I just kind of came in and like did an elbow and then left. And I remember after the match, I looked at EJ. I was like, yo, what if I hit the same thing? I go for the elbow, I miss, but this time the ref is with me because I'm an illegal person. Like, just rebuilding the spot.
Right.
It happened purely by accident because we were just goofing around. And then the first time we tried it, EJ messed it up.
As I do most things. Yo, every time we try something the first time, I somehow fuck it up. But then we end up using it every time after.
Look at that. I go for the tag. EJ's not there. Oh, he's going to tag. Let me get it. Boom. That's great timing, man.
Yes.
I've always loved your fire when you give the comebacks. And that's why I thought you would be such a good babyface. Because you have like, that intensity about you.
That's all I got.
Hey, work with what you got, Papa. Here for a good time, not a long time. Make it work.
Now, during this match, like at this point in y'all's career, in this point in your careers, are you guys working more heel than baby? Is this one of your first times working as babyface?
Yeah, this is our first time working as babyface.
As job security, this was our first time being babyface. That's why I was timid, I guess you could say, but like being in there with you guys made it so much better.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, I said it earlier. I'm more comfortable being a heel, so I had no problem going like, look, I know you guys are nervous. It's just another match with us. You know what I mean? The roles are different, but we know the structure. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Bang. Do y'all still do that?
No,
we don't.
You should.
I feel like my Yurrr doesn't look pretty enough.
Man,
I should work on it though.
It looks like grittier though. It looks cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if not, then stolen. Hoseby, did you just wrap that chain around your arm?
Oh, the hose beat. Now, a little behind the scenes stuff to kind of break the magic. I saw the cameraman and he's focusing on you guys, and I just used my hand to kind of get his attention, and then he just sees me grab it, and like I see him turn and I go good, and then I grab it in front of that camera because I want to make sure the camera guy had me picking it up because it was so pivotal in the story that we were telling. Boom!
Refs with me doesn't see what happened.
I like that he's hiding it between his the pin too.
I'll be honest, that was smart. I didn't notice you were doing that. You were kind of like covering down.
Mm-hmm.
That
was in between. Like I had the chain in my fist, and really it was between me and Malcolm, and then I just covered with the free hand. And ref couldn't see it because I'm a big guy. Malcolm.
That's a whole whole lot of men to be like looking for something. Mm-hmm. Shoot, I'm pretty sure if me and Moses over here get in between y'all, we lost forever.
I wouldn't say forever, but it'd be a good couple of weeks before they find you. So again, I said this earlier when we were talking about it. That is one of my favorite matches with you guys. Damn near one of my favorite matches. Period. Whenever I'm, trying to talk to promoters who've never seen Team Espana, I send that match, that and maybe a couple others.
Same.
But that's just the timing, the storytelling. I was a big fan of it, not to put us over, bro.
And we are back. For those of you who are at home, might have just seen the amazing match between Team Espana and Job Security from Proving Ground. But here's a fun little story for you. So you may have noticed during the beginning of the episode, I had a microphone here, and now my microphone has vanished. So I was having technical difficulties with that, and I will take the full responsibility for that. So we had to mix some recording things. But Job Security, no disrespect, I'm going to call you this name just for this one time. As I like to call them, job fucks over here. Also may have had, one or two issues where they were double booked and we had a couple technical difficulties where we had to, move things around.
Yeah.
The Moses house was popping the other night.
The Moses house was popping. He was throwing a party, and it was one of those things where it was like, y'all more than welcome, y'all more than invited, but the problem is y'all live too far. So if we're gonna do this interview, Papa, we're gonna have to do it over the Zoom, which respect. But Papa didn't tell us there was a party.
We didn't get no invite. I'm just saying.
And I'm not mad about the difficulties. I can live through that, Papa. What I can't live through is the deceit. You ain't invite your boys.
Gotta keep some sort of kayfabe.
Come on, man. My man said the Undertaker got a documentary. Nah, man. Job Security versus Team Espana. Yeah. For the people watching at home, this is our fourth attempt or third attempt trying to record this. Our lovely editor who gets paid the big bucks in experience.
I want to punch you
try-
through this computer.
Fuck you can't. Tried piecing together what we did, but unfortunately, this is like our third or fourth attempt re-recording this, and hopefully this one sticks. And if it does stick, I just want to give a special shout out to nobody. Fuck all you people out there. Don't follow me. Don't subscribe. Kiss my ass.
But in all seriousness, we love y'all. And on the real, it's really dope. Like, we appreciate you guys like actually taking the time to work with us throughout the difficulties that we had going on, and we're working with you guys. You know, we love you guys, and like, not to break kayfabe, sorry Moses. All right, y'all more than welcome in my humble abode. All right.
You got a boat?
I love it. His humble abode. Oh shit. So we're gonna wrap up here, but before we do, I got one question to ask job security. I try to ask this to everybody that we have. We're on quarantine. There's no wrestling going on right now. I know in some places, some training schools are closed. Some are starting to reopen. Some are still closed, depending on the area. My question to you is, job security. What are our goals? What's next? Where do you see yourselves when wrestling starts up again? Because wrestling will start up again.
We back, baby.
When it does, what's the goals? What's the future hold? What do you see yourselves 6 months after, a year after, 5 years? What are your goals, man? What's the future hold for you two?
Man, we just want to keep expanding, you know, where we've been going. Like now, I feel like we have name value because we are WrestlePro Tag Team Champions. I feel like that has a good amount of weight to it, you know? We did win, back in the day, we were the most hated in WrestlePro. We did win that award. So, you know, I feel like we do have a couple of accolades to our name. And now it's just about, you know, expanding to different parts of the country, hopefully out of the country, like, you know, wrestling different places, it's all about getting your names out there. And, you know, I'm going to put this out there. Malcolm and I did do a little Evolve tryout / seminar earlier this year. So there has been an attempt to, you know, try to get onto a bigger stage, if you will. And hopefully, you know, it's just only takes one person.
That's true. Right place, right time.
I could say too, it's kind of like when I come back, I know that I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna have a chip on my shoulder because I do feel like we are a little bit overlooked, even though we are the WrestlePro Tag Team Champions. But I do feel like we are overlooked. Like you guys have a chip on your shoulder, and I think that's what makes you guys better. So, but I feel like now I want to go out there and I want to show that we are a good tag team, that we're a great tag team. Like whatever tag team you put us against, that we could perform with them and perform at the top level with these guys. Like you give us FTR or LAX or any team like that, and then we could perform with them like you guys. That we're at a top level, then we are overlooked and not seen. So that's where my goal is, to make sure that everybody knows that, hey, Job Security is a great tag team.
That's beautiful.
I love it. And tag team wrestling is on the rise, and I wish nothing but opportunity and success for you too.
Likewise.
Gentlemen, we love you. Thank you for this again. For those of you at home who may not know, 1-800-555-JOSA. Olivia, I'm waiting. Hosby, hit him with it.
Whoa, my man.
What's good?
I could tell you've been in quarantine for a long time because you're trying to go straight for the finish, Papa. You're trying to bust it, my man. My man. Foreplay. Job security. Where can the dozens of subscribers to the Team Espana Show? All 62 of you.
I was ready to take it to the rack, boy.
Foreplay.
I saw the lane. I was ready to drive, baby, drive. My bad.
Job security. Where can the people who may not know you already find you online on the socials?
All right, Twitter and Instagram is pretty easy. It is at Job Security Pro on both. Facebook is not that easy because Facebook does not let you use the word security in your handle. It's very annoying.
Fuck
So
you,
if you
Facebook.
would be so kind as to like us on Facebook, it is at Ronnie Moses and Malcolm Moss. That's all one word.
Ronnie Moses and Malcolm Moss on Facebook.
That's a big word.
But the page does say job security. It's just not in the at handle. If you search job security, it'll probably come up.
You can find me on the nearest doghouse, laying on top like Snoopy.
Oh man. All right, folks. Well, you heard him here. There'll be a little graphic somewhere right about over there, maybe. I don't know. With their socials. EJ, Jose,
Yo,
my brother. Any parting words?
I already done shot my shot and missed. Like,
My man, you smoking a cigarette already. You're like, get it. You're like, bitch, why you still here?
I was shooting the game winner in the third quarter, so now I ain't got nothing to say. Papa, again, love.
Yo, shout out to you because I love that my examples are all sexually related. Because that's Host B, baby. Host B is all about it, and yours are all about sports. Treat people with respect. Remember that. All right, Job Security. Thank you again for being on. Everybody out there in YouTube land, we'll see y'all next week. Same Thursday time, same Thursday channel. This has been an A and B conversation, and we'll see you next week, folks. Booyah!